Meantime, this is back and forth from last night. The Biden administration expected to redesignate the Iranian-backed Houthis as a terrorist organization. This after the group's attacks on shipping vessels that goes unabated. And Griff Jenkins is watching that from the Pentagon. Griff, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bill. And the Biden administration says they've been reconsidering for months their decision early on in February of 2021 for humanitarian reasons to remove the Houthis from the Foreign Terrorist Organization, or FTO, designation. Now, after 5 attacks by the Houthis in as many days on commercial ships in the Red Sea, including a U.S.-owned vessel, they're poised to put the Iran-backed rebels back on that list. But, Bill, it's not likely the full FTO designation, rather something to a lesser degree. Now, one of those options is the specially designated global terror list. It has enforcement teeth like an FTO under international law. It was used in the wake of 9/11 by the Bush administration because it can be applied very swiftly, but it can also be lifted quickly. For instance, if the Houthis were to stop their attacks in those shipping lanes in the Red Sea. Meanwhile, as Defense Secretary Austin settles into working from home after being released from that 2-week hospital stay, Fox News has obtained that audio of the January 1st 911 call requesting an ambulance for the secretary, made by an unidentified aide, requesting a low-key approach be taken.
Fairfax County 911, where is your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. So my name is, and I work for, and I'm requesting an ambulance to be taken. Can I ask, like, can the ambulance not show up with lights and sirens? We're trying to remain a little subtle.
And finally, we are awaiting news, hopefully perhaps today, Bill, on those missing 2 U.S. Navy SEALs that were reported lost at sea last Thursday during the operation that seized Iranian-made weapons bound for Houthis in Yemen. CENTCOM says a search and rescue mission continues. Bill?
Let's find them. Time's running out. Thank you, Griff Jenkins, the Pentagon. Dana.
Robert Greenway is the director of the Center for National Defense at the Heritage Foundation, and so many other things you have done in your career lead you to be a great guest today. Do you understand, and can you explain to people, perhaps if we're looking at it this way, the good intentions that the Biden administration thought they had by taking the Houthis off this terrorism designation in the first place?
Well, thanks for having me, Dana. I think we all can respect the fact that the administration stated publicly that their goal was peace and stability in Yemen and easing the suffering of the people and the humanitarian cause. We can all, I think, be sympathetic with it. But the reality is that the lifting of the designation, one, was in contravention of the facts. We all know then and now that these are terrorists. And second, that they've been taking advantage of this time in order to resupply and rearm and equip themselves so that they can threaten the United States directly in international shipping. And so despite the fact that the intentions were good, the reality has been the opposite. And all we've done is ensure that Iran has been able to rearm the Houthis. And now we have to deal with a greater threat.
Right. So let's show this map here. Call for number 1. These are the Houthi attacks in the Red Sea. This is extremely serious for so many reasons. This might seem like it's far away, but how does this impact Americans, American national security as well?
It's a great question. And ultimately, it affects us in 2 ways. First is a significant percentage of the world's energy exits the region heading to market. And that impacts the price that Americans pay at the pump for gas. There's nothing we can do to escape that threat. The second is international shipping lanes. A significant portion, almost 25% of the world's containerized shipping traffic, transits the straits that are now being threatened by the Houthis. And ultimately, what that does is increase the price of commodities across the board. And so we're feeling it in really 2 ways at a time in which I think we can ill afford to do so as Americans are feeling the cost of inflation.
Listen to President Biden when he was asked about the Houthi designation. This is last Friday. It hadn't been done yet.
Mr. President, you said, just to follow up on what you said a few minutes ago at the coffee shop, you said you think the Houthis are a terrorist group. I'm wondering how soon are you willing to designate them as such?
It's irrelevant whether they're designated. We've put together a group of nations that are going to say that if they continue to act and behave as they do, we'll respond.
But Robert, is it relevant what they're designated?
It absolutely is. First, it's a symbolic statement of fact, and I think everyone needs to recognize the United States still has a grasp of reality and could recognize a terrorist when it sees it, especially when we've been directly attacked by it. Second is it provides enormous leverage from an immigration and from a criminal standpoint, especially the Foreign Terrorist Organization designation, the one in which I don't think they're willing to redesignate the Houthis as. That leverage applies not only to the group itself, but also to those that provide support to them and those that provide support to them. And so the scope and the scale and the authority of the FTO designation in particular is a vital material impact. And again, remember that the Houthis are completely dependent upon Iranian sources of material, arms and equipment like those interdicted recently in the Red Sea. And without that interdiction in those authorities, this threat will only continue to rise and increase against the United States and its interests.
Robert Hemmer and I were talking before the show, and just quickly, can you explain why would Iran attack inside Pakistan?
So Iran, in this case, has historically conducted attacks against groups that threaten stability on the eastern portions of Iran, in this case, Baluchistan, in both Pakistan and Afghanistan. And this group, Jaish al-Adl, that they claim to have attacked, has threatened to cross the board. And this Baluch nationality that spans all three countries' borders, interestingly enough, you'll recall that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is a member of the Baluch tribe that spans this group. So they're well known for providing individuals that are active in terrorism, active in the narcotics trade, and they threaten both Pakistani stability, Afghan stability, and Iranian stability from time to time. So it's not unusual for them to conduct these sorts of attacks. It's unusual that they didn't alert the Pakistanis, and so now they've created yet more instability in the region.
Robert Greenway, I would like to have you on speed dial. Thank you very much.
Good stuff. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful guest. Thank you so much.
Just add to that not only did they hit Pakistan, but the Iranians hit a location in northern Iraq that they claim was an Israeli spy station. Did all that in about 24 hours' time. So. And
they killed several Kurdish civilians as well. So, you know, it expands, and this is not necessarily something that the Biden administration seems to have a strong handle on.
I'm Steve Doocy. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.